back in Roman times.
That's
Coming
how
into
they
Rome.
flowed the water through the city.
Coming into Rome, they had 3 aqueducts.
Right.
And these would go for sometimes 20
Oh,
miles.
Yeah. Small little pitch.
And here's how the engineering worked.
Was it like downhill?
This but really slight pitch.
Over the course
Very slight
of
pitch.
5 to 10 miles, they would drop an inch.
Exactly, very small
And it was
pitch.
perfect engineering the whole way. They had 3 aqueducts. One aqueduct was for the emperor alone in his area.
I actually seen those aqueducts.
For his running water.
I seen them.
The second aqueduct was for the public baths, public drinking fountains. And the third aqueduct was for people's houses of wealth.
Well, don't forget
It was
about
the higher
spas and the tubs and the
That
sexual
was all
thing going
public,
on.
though.
Yes.
That was all public.
Because they were perverts back then.
Public baths, public drinking was one. If you were someone of wealth, you had your own that came in and you shared with the wealthy, and the first one was just for the emperor. And people were like, oh, birds shit in them and all this. No, because back then they were covered with cloth, but the cloth doesn't last, it's just the stones did. But over the course of 20 miles,
How do you know this?
a couple miles at a time, they would only drop like an inch or 2 in height.
All you
And
need
that's
is
what kept the
exactly-
water
All
flowing.
you need is a slight slope and you go for miles.
And then they would run these into
Same
big
with our
things.
sewers today. It's the same deal.
They would run those into big
All the sewers and
holding
the streets
tanks.
are the same way.
And
They
these
just
holding
pitch it a little
tanks, these holding tanks were like, they were like water towers. So they'd fill the water towers up, and then it was all gravity fed into the fountains. But then after that, Roman Empire falls apart, and then you have the Middle Ages.
Yeah, but
And
what?
then people-
Hold on a
like
second.
even
Why did it fall
Kingston, you
apart
have
though?
fresh water.
Why did it fall apart?
Because they got greedy.
No.
Yes.
What killed off the Roman Empire?
They got greedy, one.
Black Plague.
They got lazy. They just assumed we're in charge.
No, you're missing the whole thing.
I'm getting to it. No, I'm getting
Where
to
did
it.
the water ducts go?
To Rome.
No, but they had to come off the water ducts and they piped into all these different places.
No, they only went to Rome.
I know, but where did the water ducts pipe into?
Just Rome.
No, you know what killed them all off?
It's not what you think.
It's lead pipes.
No,
they all
no,
had
no,
lead
no,
pipes.
no,
They had
no.
lead poisoning. Lead poisoning was huge back at that time.
That is not what killed
They
the Roman
all
Empire.
used lead piping.
Nope. It got really political, and then the government started supporting the people. Oh, you can't work? We'll give you some money. They started voting in to support the society, and it all fell
lead
apart.
poisoning was a big part of it, though.
Then, when they got invaded, people would be like, well, I don't want to put my army against them because if I lose, I'm going to go down in society. So, all of a sudden, people are more worried about their own standing in society than sticking up for Rome as a whole. So it fell apart. Now, once Rome fell apart, they conquered all of Europe. Now everyone's just in it for themselves. That's why the Dark Ages happened. They didn't save any of the infrastructure, none of the education. Used to be everyone could read and write. Now, only few people could read and write. No one had any idea how anything was built. That's how the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages happened.
Wait, what caused this?
Once Rome disintegrated, none of their knowledge was stored. All the infrastructure. One of their biggest things was their roads and their infrastructure.
Hello?
You could move stuff around.
Well, what disintegrated Rome?
Nero?
What made them go bad?
Was Nero burning it down?
Because all of the people that
Someone
were...
burned down Rome?
No.
I think someone burned down Rome.
Everything became political. If you were a general, you were more worried about...
No one burned down Rome ever?
Not the way you think it.
Nero?
You're a general for Rome. That has political standing. You have power. You can't go out and lose a battle. So you pick and choose your battles. But there's no new battles because they already conquered everything they're going to conquer. They think they have the known world. So if you're going to bring your army somewhere, you look at it and you go, well, I'm not going to go there if I'm going to lose because then I'm going to be disgraced and I'm going to lose all my political power. Because every general just wanted to be a general for a while and then be part of the government and run the fucking empire. So when they got invaded, everyone was like, well, Rome's superior. We're not going to lose this battle.
I'm going to sound like an idiot right now. Who invaded Rome?
Troy?
No, it was, who was the guy that came in on the elephants?
No, the horseman. Trojan.
No, he came over the Alps on the elephants. He was a barbarian. Came out of Russia.
Hagar?
Oh, there was Taras Bulba?
I don't know his name. But when he started attacking, everyone was like, well, let him fight them, because if he wins or loses, I still look good. And then if they, someone will take care of it. No one wanted to do the work. They came in. Society was already
Who was that
against the
barbarian that
government.
was in
So when they got taken over,
Smithsonian's?
everyone didn't even care because they were tired of
Night at the
being oppressed,
Museums guy?
and it just completely fell apart.
See, I thought people got sick in Rome and the empire had died out.
Was it-
because
This
of
is
lead
like-
poisoning.
Kubla Khan?
I don't think that's it, but one of us should know. It was like a famous thing. He came in and invaded Rome. He had elephants. He went over the Alps. No one thought he would do that.
No, Kubla Khan, or Khan.
It was the same as when the Nazis went into France. France was like, oh, they're not going to go over the mountains. And they did, and they were completely unprepared. And it's just like when this guy invaded Rome, he came in the top of Italy.
It's not Kubla Khan. Who's the guy that was on that one with Ben Stiller? The Night at the Museums, that guy that was...
Look up on your phone, elephants, Roman Empire.
I can't right now.
Well, I'm going to stop talking for a
See,
while.
I
so you
thought they
can-
all got sick and that's why the empire fell. I thought they all died
Nothing
of
to-
sickness.
No, you're thinking of the Black Plague, and that was from disease being carried through